here.
Just quick note from my end, Rodovan is joining the meeting in a few minutes.
Okay. Do we have Rodolfo?
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, hey Dan, I'm right here.
Okay,
Good morning.
Great. Morning.
Hi Dan, hi Pablo. How are you, team?
Hi, Wasim. Great.
Hello, my friend.
Okay. I'm sorry my camera isn't working, but let's hop in. Pablo, or let's see, maybe, I wonder, Pablo's going to be presenting soon. If we can, if we notice that if anyone's not able to join that's presenting today or still has yet to join, someone just please keep track of that. It looks like we've got maybe 3 out of the 4 that are presenting, that are with us. Pablo, would you like to share screen of the presentation slides for us?
Hi, Dan. I will do it myself.
Or, all right. Thanks, Vika. Why don't we do that? All right, everyone. Welcome to this is our 10th workshop. This is going to be great. Thanks, everyone, for your dedication to this whole new sport movement in organizing these tournaments. I know that it's not easy to do it. Certainly, as we are kicking off a brand new thing, there's a lot of uncertainty, and it's like walking into the dark with a candle, and the way is only lit for a few steps, but you take those steps anyway, and the way is lit yet a little bit further. But we know, as organizers ourselves, we know that it's hard to do that when the goalposts are moving, and we still wait on more certain information on just how to proceed, how to be promoters and representatives of this new sport movement. But it's really a driving force for our success in the Phygital movement and organizing games of the future. And we thank you, and we're super proud of the results that we've had in this last cycle. I want to first of all thank the Vika and Pablo and everyone that was involved, and Dowlett in putting together this presentation and organizing and working with our members who are presenting for us today. Let me just review some of the key topics and highlight those. We'll highlight some successes by using certain tournaments as a case study. And so out of participation, overview of participation, tournament structure, major milestones achieved in the first season, we'll look at that. We'll look at the case studies and success stories from different disciplines, but I don't want to ignore the challenges and things that we would rather have done differently now that we have the advantage of looking back on them. So those lessons learned. What's next in terms of plans for the future and strategic focus, and then we'll have our Q&A as usual. So let's first reflect and share and strategize for a greater impact for the next cycle, which is coming up very quickly already, because as you already know, our Kazakhstan cycle will culminate or conclude with the Games of the Future in Astana, and that is already planned for the summertime, not autumn in 2026, but the summertime. So it advances our minors tournaments and major tournament cycle. I'd like everybody to please feel comfortable in engaging today's session. This is that's everything, is is really to talk about what's worked and together develop better practices for the cycle coming up, share experiences. This is a way to connect with your peers and even commiserate and share struggles together. When we have the Q&A session at the end of the workshop, make sure that the questions that you try to keep them as directly related to topics covered today as possible. And if there are other inquiries that are off topic, please send them to join@worldphygital.org. So we use the time wisely and get the best value of our time together. Let's see. Let's do a quick overview of the Phygital season 24-25. We had 94 tournaments successfully delivered across multiple continents. Of those, a third of them were majors delivered. Growing participation. We saw growing participation in Phygital football, basketball, dancing, and shooter disciplines. We've seen an expansion of WPC membership and increasing global interest in Phygital sports. We had set a goal that we would have 80 members representing. We would have that we would have 80 members. Yep. That would be representing by the end of 2025, and we've delivered 94 members. There are already 94 members with us, and it was already at the end of just 2024, not 2025. So we were the growth that we've seen has been explosive. So these Phygital disciplines are now getting building attention. We have a great opportunity to make a huge impact now that the eSport Olympics is retreating for a moment to organize themselves. It's a great time to strike and take advantage of attention that we'll earn because they're on pause right now. So having said all of that, I think I'll stop talking and I'll turn it over to Pablo, who's going to kind of lead us through the comments and what our 4 select organizers have to share with us. So Pablo Melgar, if you would now take over and lead us through the rest of the agenda today, and thank you.
Thank you, Dan. It's always a pleasure to participate in one more workshop, and a great honor to connect and communicate with our WPC country members around the world. Let's see some success case studies around the world after this first season, especially the major tournament organization phase that came to an end. We would like to share some cases. It's always better and beneficial to learn from examples and not just reading some theory or just some lecture, but it is always good to get information from other members and see what they did and what they learned and what they succeeded, so we can do it all over in our countries for the next season. So first of all, we're going to check on Phygital football. This case came from our member from Qatar. They are ranked number 15 in the world ranking. Our next speaker is going to be Mr. Basim Aldaya, who is going to share with us all the key strategies that made this tournament successful. So please, Basim, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Pablo, Dan, and the team. I would like to have a quick introduction about myself. I'm Wasim Aldaya, the CEO of Dalla Holding Media. We have 10 companies in Qatar specialized in media, events, experiential, and marketing. We've done a great job with the World Cup. We were part of the city dressing. We were part of the creative for that has been done for the World Cup. Plus, we managed the spectators' services through the Haya card, which was the gateway to Qatar and to the World Cup. So we've done massive work during the World Cup, and also we've got big experience. Our group started operations in Qatar in 1982, and we are doing most of the projects in-house, starting with the creative services to the events management and production. So we have very strong team with definitely with sports and mainly football in Qatar. Phygital for us was a new venture that we believed in, and we believe that the future will have a very big portion from Phygital world. And also we are looking towards we introduced this time the football as a member of WPC, but hopefully with the next season, sorry, we'll be introducing the other disciplines. Regarding the football, actually, we're lucky to partner with a venue that provided us an art piece of art venue, which called Aspire Zone. And we brought also another partner who is specialized in the online world or in the e-gaming, because we are a traditional agency regarding football and sports. So it worked very well together, taking into account also the experience that we have. So we had an efficient team selection process. We had almost 34 applications, and we for sure we shortlisted 16 teams to participate in the game, despite of the short time for planning. But we were able and lucky to be successful in delivering the event in Qatar because the planning was good, expertise through our holding company, like how I mentioned earlier, that we have, and we've done big and massive events in Qatar, as well the financial strategy, because we planned the branding, the creative services, and all the other aspect of making such a tournament successful. And definitely, marketing and the team recruitment plan was also a key factor of success, because we got influencers and we got some, let's say, e-gaming athletes who were promoting the game because they were very ambitious about it, and they wanted us to succeed. And we consider them ambassadors not only for this tournament but also for the upcoming ones. And the audience experience as well played a big role. And I believe that from the learning curve that we got this time, the next tournament and next season, hopefully we'll get much more attendance and we'll be able to take it to the next level, including the other disciplines. I would like to share a feedback from the winner in the football Phygital in Qatar, which they were saying that this competition is truly amazing, a completely new concept for them, and merging real football with virtual game is an incredible experience. The passion was really great. They were passionate. They were playing football with as if you are in a stadium, not only with the e-gaming and physical. So it was really good. Moving to the next slide, please. Like I mentioned regarding the influencers and media support, we got some great athletes who are interested in football, like Kimo, for example. He has almost 503,000 followers. He is a football player at Qatar Football Association, working for the national team. And also he's a very big advocate for the esports, including Red Bull, definitely, and Ahmed Al-Mghaisib, who is number 5 here. He has 47,900 followers. He was attending the tournament every day and pushing the boundaries and supporting us, even to reach out to the Qatar Esports Federation and as well to the venue and for other as well. Red Bull, for example, were very, very excited about it, but they wanted to be sure that the first tournament will be successful in order for them to come on board next, as well as the venue that also was testing how the game will move in order to support next time. So I believe that played a big role from exposure perspective, having influencers and having the audience, in addition of making proper participations, because we were a little bit worried about it, that it was short notice, and Qatar as population is not that big, and first time to apply such a concept. But in general, social media played a big role. We had 22 posts across platforms, 7.6 the engagement rate, and as you see, the top performing posts were from the main influencers or ambassador of Phygital. So that's in a very short presentation. If you have any questions, definitely in the Q&A, you can reach out and ask anything that you would like to. But we ensure to have an A scale and A level, A class level branding and venue management in terms of security, access, in, out, and everything that matches a real football at an international game. Thank you so much.
Could I just jump in and ask a question because it's a hot topic while we have you talking about it. Can you identify for us a factor of your success that you did not expect when you began organizing or even executing the tournament? What is a factor of your success that surprised you or you did not expect that you can share with us?
I believe the key factor here is partnership. Because we have our expertise in the normal world, football and sports, but we had to partner with another partner that can provide the expertise in the e-gaming, and they have already the connections that enabled us and them to bring on board the efficient number of applicants and interested people because they have already the database, and without partnering with them, definitely it will not work. So I believe this is one of the most important and major keys of success.
How did you acquire that partnership?
We acquired it through social media. We did a research in Qatar of who is mastering the e-gaming and taking it seriously. So we found 3-4 agencies, and we made a strong campaign on social media prior once we announced our membership with WPC, and then they were very interesting that they approached us as well. And from there, we took it from there, and we sat together, we brainstormed, and they were very excited about it. From our side as well, because we have this mindset of partnerships, it was very straightforward and clear understanding of how to partner, to do, and to deliver.
And was there a challenge that surprised you that you did not expect?
A challenge in terms of venue management, branding, and all. We have it all in-house, and we have very good experience in that, including the financial aspect of planning. That was good. I believe we were sure about it. Challenge, I believe the attendance could have been better if we started the campaign much earlier. And now we know all the weak points or the weaknesses that we got, and what could have been done better. And I believe for the next time it will be much better in terms of attendance and the audience.
Thanks. While Wasim still has the microphone, Pablo, any other questions you want to ask him to kind of finish up the topic with Wasim?
Yes, Dan, thank you. I think that we can learn from Wasim, and I think that there's a mistake that most of our members did, obviously, because it's the first time. But I think it's important to know how much time in advance did you plan your tournament, because I think that structure planning is very important in order to have a success tournament. How much time in advance you plan your tournament, Wasim?
Yeah, actually, that's a very good question. We planned it, and this is not the right time. We planned it less than 1 month. It was very last minute, but due to the capacity that we have in-house and the eagerness of the other partner, it worked. But this is very high risk. I believe it needs at least 3 months of proper planning and execution, announcements. We did social media announcement. We did also newspaper and announcement, but it was only a month before the tournament. So I believe it should be at least 3 months to gain the audience, to get to know what is coming. And also, if the first tournament happened, then the second and the third and the upcoming will be much easier, because getting the audience knowing about it as new concept is not easy. We were lucky to have that, taking into account that mobilization and artwork and creative services are in-house, so it made it much easier. But definitely, I believe 1 month is not enough.
Thank you very much, Basim. I encourage
Welcome.
everybody to hold your questions for the Q&A session. Please, Basim, if you can stay with us so you can answer
Definitely, yes.
any question that may
Yeah.
come up in that session.
Mhm.
Thank you very much, Basim, for your participation.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We will move now to check on the basketball, on the basketball major. This success story or success case comes from. Yes.
Hi, Pablo. This is Vlad from WPC.
Yes, Vlad.
Hi, everyone. I just want to mention a couple of things about Qatar's tournament because I visited that like a technical delegate from WPC. It was a nice, bright tournament, very competitive. Thanks to Wasim and his team, they did it. And the important thing to mention here, they did a very nice trick about attracting the teams, inviting the teams. They did the open application campaign. So anyone from Qatar could register for that tournament, and they were choosing 16 teams for 2 tournaments on the regional stage out of 31 or 32 applications. So it means that even in such a small country like Qatar, with lots of expats living in there and stuff like that, it was very popular. And I think that all the organizers have to know about that and have to use this trick also in the future, because if you are making the open application campaign, it means that anyone can come, anyone can compete, and anyone can qualify for a huge scale international event like Games of the Future or international qualifier. Just the small notice from my side. Thanks.
Thank you, Vlad.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
sorry, I didn't
Thank
see you raise your hand. Sorry. Once again, thank you very much, Basim. We're gonna move now to check on the Phygital basketball major coming from Montenegro. Montenegro is ranked number 3 in the world ranking. They did a pretty good job in organizing their Phygital basketball major. We have our next speaker, Mr. Rodovan Bojinovic. Let me know if I pronounce it correctly. I have a good friend that is teaching me how to pronounce your last name. So please, Rodovan, share with us all the experience that you get from organizing this event and the key insights that you can provide to us, some valuable insight that you can share with us. The floor is yours.
Yeah, first of all, thanks, Pablo, for a warm welcome. You pronounced it perfectly. I want to say hello to everyone, and thanks to the Wasim for his experience in Phygital football. Again, it's really nice to hear experience from some successful cases from other countries. As Pablo mentioned, our pretty good ranking, which was 3rd place, doesn't really mean we did everything point perfectly and that we can't learn something from others as well. When it comes to the Phygital basketball, I think it was one of the better successful tournaments when it comes to our organization, because we had all 4 of the titles. And personally, for me, I don't want to be like too much like subjective, but I think basketball was like also the most interesting, because just the teams which were playing and competing in the tournament, a lot of them were professional teams. And also from my side, because my company is the official organizer for 3 versus 3 basketball, it was really good to see some teams which are like top 4 in our country and in our region to compete in this new Phygital discipline. So first of all, some of the like key factors when it comes to organization was obviously the partnerships, but when it comes to our organization, which is Alliance of Electronic Sports of Montenegro, we have obviously a lot of experience in organizing gaming tournaments. We organized over 500 of them in the last 10 years, and I think that was a big point and a big reason why we had a successful event. And then on the other side, we obviously did have some help from our partners, which expertise is in this case traditional sports and basketball. But all in all, it wasn't new, meaning we were looking for new organizations. We already had those partners. We even conducted some smaller events with them, and also the help from the Basketball Federation of Montenegro, which we already had partnership with before, because we organized some gaming basketball tournaments. It was really good to have their expertise and also the official judges, which I think is really important when it comes to those types of tournaments, because transparency and playing by the rules is the most important thing, because you need to be objective. Teams and players, they need to be happy with the decision makings, and especially in these types of scenarios where you do have a lot going on, and the stakes are pretty high, because obviously first place is going to qualify and go through some other stages. When it comes to the marketing, that's also a big thing, because we didn't really plan this for like a half year or more. We also did just a bit more than Vasi mentioned, like a month or two. But our way of marketing wasn't just social media or websites. We really tried to push into the audience, push into those real-time talks, and therefore through the online interviews, through our presence in TV media and online live TV shows. I think we did a great job by explaining what this discipline is, call for participants, and therefore I think we had a real live word with future participants, and in the end it was really fruitful in my opinion. Also, when it comes to the whole stage events, I think it was also done in a really successful way. But what I would highlight the most, and what in my opinion made our event really successful, besides great marketing, besides the production, besides the stage and everything, was the happy teams and players. We didn't have we had zero bad things going on the court, bad blood or something like that. Everybody was pretty happy. People, even though it was their first time playing such event, even those who are better in gaming part and worse in the physical, and those who are better in physical, worse in gaming, they were having some great time. They were making new friendships, and it was a really both fun and competitive event for them. So in the end, when I count all the elements such as the stage, the physical space it was played in, the rule books and judges in both disciplines. Obviously, we use, as I said, licensed judges for the 2v2 for the physical part, and also the certified judges for the online or for the gaming part, and then also the other technical staff, which job was to make sure everything was going by the book, and also in the end the production of the event, making sure it was published throughout the country and the region. So that was pretty much it. Another thing I forgot to mention maybe in the start is the format of the registrations. We held our applications for, I think, a month, and for the Phygital basketball, I think in the end was 20 teams registered, which I think for Montenegro is pretty good for a first year event. Even though the event itself needed to have 16 teams, we didn't just selectively like choose the teams which are gonna compete, but rather I think we did a really nice system where it was first come, first serve, and then after the 16 teams which were registered appropriately, the next 4 teams and which were registered after the 16 place, and then from 12 to 16 we made like play on court or like a qualifying stage. So we kind of let all the teams have a experience and come to play and feel what it's like to play both of those, because I think it was crucial and beneficial for future organization, because it's gonna bring more teams and more players and more people are gonna be familiar with this type of system.
Radovan, were any of those, when you consider your success factors,
Yeah.
did any of them surprise you in the level of importance to your success?
Yeah, I think one stood out definitely, and that is communication with the teams and players. It was I was a bit surprised by it, but everybody was so calm, everybody was so understanding of the situation and everything, even on the court when like some tough times comes and it's close results and like the emotions are like everywhere. Everybody was really understanding of the situation, and again, what again really surprised me is the ability of, I would say, professional basketball players to actually compete in the gaming level and even vice versa. And therefore, I think in the end, that's why we had some really close results and some really good teams in the end. And the team which was the best in the end needed to go through a lot and win versus some really good teams, even though some of those teams, even though they're professional 3 versus 3 players, for example, I never thought they're gonna be so good in the gaming part. But again, that proves how much gaming is holding a good place in the community, and even like professional sports players are not new to the gaming, but rather they're less or more actively participating and playing it.
That's great. What about challenges? Which of the challenges came as a surprise to you in their level of impact in delivering the event?
Well, not many challenges when it comes to the basketball part, because I said again, we had a organizer which is like holding 3 versus 3 tournaments in Montenegro professionally, which is the official organizer, and then on the gaming part we were pretty set as well. So when it comes to the to our experience, we didn't really face much challenges. Of course, we did point out some stuff which can be better in the future. But when it comes to challenges, we really didn't have a lot of them. But like I get that for most organizers, the mix and the partnership between the traditional sports and gaming is gonna be probably the most challenging part, and I get that. It's pretty normal, especially for those whose profession is lying in the organizing the traditional sports events, and then they're kind of new to the gaming industry and they need to put a full trust in that organization they're maybe even dealing with the first time. But again, everything is experience, and I'm really glad that all the events from those, as Vasi mentioned, went great, because that's not what it always happened when working first time with someone you haven't had experience with before.
Thanks, Radovan. Pablo, anything else for Radovan before we move on?
Thank you, Dan. I just would like to know, Radovan, if you can share with all our community, what's the biggest lesson you get from organizing this first event, for this first experience?
So biggest lesson, communication, and not just inside the team, inside the organizing committee, but communication with the players and the teams. We spent so much time, even like before the event, especially during and after the event. I remember us staying like even couple hours after the event outside. Like it was even pretty cold, but we were staying, and because the people were so interested what happened next, and not just those who won the qualifiers, but other teams. They were really eager to know when are gonna new qualifiers happen, what are the procedure, what are the expectations, what is the future of this Phygital discipline, how can they participate, how can they get better. And I think that's also one big responsibility and obligation lying on the on the organizers and WPC members to understand this and to work with the teams, with the players, so they can bring both of the disciplines, physical and digital, together, be better, and try to find the best placing and best spot on the world stage.
That's great. That's great. Thank you very much, Radovan, for sharing your experience in this success tournament that you organize in Montenegro. I appreciate your participation. Next, we're gonna check on Phygital shooter major that happened in USA. Our next speaker is Rodolfo Flores. Remember that Phygital USA is the top ranked member in our ranking. So we have a lot of things that we can learn from this organization regarding especially this Phygital shooter that is I'm very curious about learning from it. So please, Rodolfo, the floor is yours, so you can share your experience with us.
Thank you so much, Pablo. And first of all, thank you everyone, Dan and the team, for organizing this. It's an honor to be part of this community and seeing Phygital grow internationally. And also congratulations to everyone in this call and everyone who hosted either regionals, nationals in any sort of discipline. It's a huge lift, and I'm very happy that we're all doing this together to advance the sport. So congratulations to everyone. Before going into commenting what made this tournament successful, I want to just also give a little quick intro about myself. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Phygital Sports USA. I'm based in Boston, Massachusetts. Myself as a career, I did a lot of Big Four consulting and data analytics for a long time. But in terms of events organization, I've been mostly involved in organizing debating tournaments. So I had the pleasure to host the World Debating University Championship back in 2018 with more than 2,000 participants gathering for the conference. And that has led me, one way or another to get more involved in other organizations of events, including sports. And fun thing, we've always said that we think that debating is a sport, but that's another topic to debate. But anyways, going into what made this tournament successful, I think I would summarize not only this tournament of Phygital shooter, but just in general, all the sports that we hosted. I think there's four key elements that made success possible for us. The first one, and I want to echo a lot what Vasim said earlier, it's finding the right partners, specifically in terms of venues. I'll get a little bit more in detail into that. But the second one is top level referees. Then the third one is trusted amplifiers. That has to do a little bit with social media and people in the sport who are trusted that will bring credibility to your discipline. And lastly, technology, using technology as an enabler to make logistics and the tournament run just more smoothly. And maybe I would just add 2 lessons learned that, of course, nothing was perfect in the event. And I think things we learned that could improve in the next time that are key elements as well are, on the one hand, never underestimating what enough staffing means for a tournament, having enough people to run it in every single aspect of it. And the second one is time. I think to Dan's questions earlier, one of our big surprises was always how having enough buffer time to deal with unexpected situations in the tournament was key for us to be able to finish on time and deliver for our most important stakeholders, who are, in our view, the athletes that participate in the tournament. So just, developing a little bit more in this verticals that I mentioned, going with the first one with the right partners. I think for us in Phygital Shooter, it was key to have two partners, one that was very specialized in laser tag. We were fortunate enough, I think I have their cap here, to partner with these guys, Bullseye Laser Tag, who, they're a laser tag facility that has been running for around 10 years in New Jersey or more, more than a decade of experience of just running back-to-back laser tag, competitions and, well, tournaments, and also like just when people, go to the facility, sign up and play. So they were really key in order to run everything on time. I think organizations that try to organize shooter notice that both the esports and the physical portion take a long time to set up. So having this partnership was key because they were, experts in having people set up in a matter of minutes or seconds, having everything lined up, the results accounted for, and in the right format for us to contabilize them, and also the equipment. So we decided to partner with them because making the investment of buying, top quality equipment and running it ourselves was not financially feasible. Nevertheless, partnering with them, we were able to get, top-notch iCombat tactical laser tag equipment that was very good for us, also for the participants to have like an engaging experience and really love the sport. And then on the esports area, like we did this on a gaming facility. So same thing, like all the computers were there, top level equipment, good quality internet, everything connected through the, Ethernet. So it's pretty fast. And they run, esports tournaments of all sorts of shooter games on a weekly basis. So that expertise was also key and helped us do everything great. And then, I mentioned, just to wrap up, there's top-level referees, trusted amplifiers, and technology. I would just say of the referees, it was key for them to be able to handle tough situations. Maybe not in shooter, but in basketball, we had some altercations and controversies, and having tough referees that could handle the athletes was key. And then trusted amplifiers. I think a key thing, just to wrap up, is that Phygital is a new sport. So I think when we did a lot of the outreach in the US, initially, teams, spectators were a little bit skeptical. Like, what is this? Is it really true? Is this happening? And when we got the right influencers and the right voices to echo our message, then we got those same people that we reached out initially to reach back to us and say like, hey, I saw this person post your, information, or I saw my friend comment something about it. I remembered about your message. Now I'm reaching out. I want to learn more. So that was also very important in order for us to get to the critical mass of teams and players that we needed to deliver the tournaments. So I would say, in a nutshell, that's what it was, and it was very, very exciting and very new, and I think everyone was happy in the end.
Thanks, Rodolfo. So I gather one of the themes in terms of unexpected impact was your time management. I got that. The other thing I've heard from the last two presenters is the way that challenges seem to have been mitigated by creating an event partnership that outsourced expertise. For Rodolfo, it was outsourcing the expertise for the laser shooting, laser tag, and even organizing your event in a cyber cafe where the facilities and the equipment was already there. From Radovan, it was outsourcing the organizing of the basketball tournament with that kind of expertise. Rodolfo, any other challenges that surprised you in their impact?
Yeah, I think I briefly mentioned it, but I want to emphasize it a bit more. I think, again, timing and having enough buffer to deal with the unexpected, I think that really surprised us. I mean, we always erred on the side of caution to kind of say, let's try to run logistics smoothly so we have like an extra hour just in case. But if you remember, Dan, you were there, you remember like in soccer or basketball, we had like controversies or things we had to solve for more than an hour, an hour and a half of like tournament being stopped to try to deal with it from a sports perspective the best way possible. And so if we hadn't had enough timing, if we hadn't been, I guess, disciplined enough to start early and run, one game back to back and not, get extra confident, like, oh, we're running on time, we can take a break. That really helped us. And I think, yeah, it was in a way unexpected. Like, we didn't think that that buffer was going to kind of save our lives in the end.
I remember that. You used every minute of that buffer. Yeah.
Yeah. We ended up using every single minute. It was crazy. And then maybe just the last one, like technology a little bit, like we didn't expand on this. It's, collecting the forms and registration and everything could, like, for us, with the number of staff we had, would have been impossible if we did everything physically. So we leveraged some digital tools to make part of like the headshots and the IDs and stuff like that digital. And also helps, that saved us a lot of time then in some of the reports. And I would say, I would encourage everyone to try to leverage technology as much as they can to just make your workforce, like your staff, more efficient and focus on what's important, which again, for us, in our view, is the athletes. They're the main stakeholders, and delivering like the top sporting event for them was key for us.
Thanks. Pablo, anything from you?
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Rodolfo. I have a question. Looking at these pictures and the setup and all the items you use, I have a question. How important was creativity in order to optimize the use of the inputs, in order to keep the costs low, and still manage to organize a successful tournament?
Yeah, it was very important. As you can see, like the part of the field of laser tag included like this maze made of boxes kind of setup. And so, we had to, being the first edition, kind of prioritize what do we want to focus on, right? Like, do we want to have something that looks, very, very fancy, but maybe sacrificing the equipment, like in the guns, or and the computers, or do you want to focus on the computers and the guns that, I guess, make the gameplay really competitive and closer to what the players will face in case of going to the World Cup, or what, right? Like, so when we decided where to spend money, where to optimize, we talked to our partners, to the vendors, and we had to get very, very creative in using the space to build a maze that would, fulfill the purpose of having, the kind of planted bomb system and all that. I think coming to organizing the tournament with an open mind, knowing that probably your plan A, even in the layout of the arena, will change, was very important. And so we were very flexible, and in the end we came up with a solution that worked for everyone. There's also a lot of other restrictions involved, like there's insurance if you do with certain type of equipment, and there's some zoning laws that would prevent us from doing certain other things. So you have to get very creative to build the arena, everything on the same place so it can work. Hopefully next year we improve it, but because of cost savings, we try to prioritize what we thought was important, which again is mostly equipment to make the competitive play truly competitive.
That's great. Thank you very much, Rodolfo, for your participation and sharing this key information for us, for all the community. Keep up the good work. Now we're gonna check, but last but not least, we're gonna talk about Phygital dancing. Our next speaker comes from Phygital Colombia. They are ranked number 19 in the world. They organized a pretty good event, Phygital dancing in Bogota. Please, Adriana Melo from Phygital Colombia is gonna share with us all the information, some key data, key decisions that they took in order to organize this successful tournament. Adriana, the floor is yours.
Hi, Pablo. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Well, we had an amazing experience with the Phygital Dancing Cup. We brought together the best athletes from Cali, Medellin, Barranquilla, and Bogota. The participants were super excited about the competition. For them, it was their first time joining an international tournament, and they fully embraced the innovative and inclusive concept of Phygital games. For the competition, we partnered with the local government and the biggest gaming center in Bogota, the Movistar Game Club. We specifically chose this venue because it offers the perfect environment for our target audience. These partnerships also played an important role in boosting our social media engagement. We reached over 21,000 views before the tournament began. I think our new website also contributed to this result by centralizing information and directing traffic across our social platforms. During the competition, we captured plenty of photos and videos, giving us a great way to document and share the experience. As expected, having a WPC delegate really strengthened the credibility of Phygital games with sponsors, athletes, and government entities. We are convinced that the success of the tournament is the result of structures, guides and rules, attention to detail, proper documentation, fair competition, and of course, having fun. Finally, we want to say that we are committed to consolidate the digital games community in Colombia. So once again, thank you all. Thanks WPC for this opportunity.
Adriana, what would you say is the factor of success that surprised you most?
Pablo.
Yes, Dan, I'm going to help her translating
Sure.
from English to Adriana. Dan pregunta que cuál es el factor que más te sorprendió para poder llegar al éxito en tu torneo.
Pues son varios factores. Uno es haber conseguido la comunidad de Just Dance. Pues tú sabes que trajimos los mejores de todo el país y haber trabajado con ellos nos permitió tener un nivel alto de competencia. El venue, como lo dije antes, fue un factor muy importante porque nos dio el entorno que necesitábamos, porque lo vemos como vemos los Games of the Future, que son más show, más que una competencia deportiva normal.
Gracias, Arita. Dan, Adriana is saying that the key factors that really surprised them is that getting the Just Dance community, because they have a professional Just Dance community in Colombia, getting them to participate in the event was key for them. And the other factor that was key for Phygital Colombia was the venue. The venue, because they can offer like the real essence of Phygital, like futuristic, everything, the lights and everything. So the venue played a key part for them.
And what challenges, Adriana, surprised you the most?
¿Y cuáles fueron, Adriana, como que las exigencias que tuviste, que más te llamaron la atención y que tuvieron que sobreponer?
Sí, pues mira que como nosotros tenemos la membresía desde noviembre, pues las marcas cierran su año fiscal en noviembre. Entonces conseguir sponsor fue bastante difícil, pero pudimos hacer la alianza con el IDRD, con el gobierno y con el Movistar Game Club, que nos ayudaron a tener un venue pues más económico, pero pues los recursos fueron propios para poder hacer el torneo.
Gracias, Adriana. Dan, Adriana is saying that the challenge, that they had to overcome the most was where to get the money from, the budget from, because most of the sponsors they closes their budget in November, and they came late. They registered late to the WPC community, Phygital Colombia. They registered late, so they have no time in order to get money, to get budget from sponsors. So they have to reach the government support, and most of the financial resources came from their own investments as well.
I noticed there were other members joining us today that were smiling and nodding. I think you have compadres in this challenge, and it's probably across the board. Well, we have we know we're on notice on when the next cycle is scheduled to begin. So I think you make your prospecting efforts. You can you start them now, right? Thank you, Adriana. Thank you for that. Pablo, any more?
Thank you, Dan. Thank you. I witnessed this tournament myself, and what I really enjoyed was the atmosphere of the players, and it was interesting because getting the professional community of Just Dance in Colombia, you know that for sure all the expectations and all the demands were high. And Phygital Colombia really stood up to those demands and those expectations. So it was a good job. Adriana, mi pregunta es, ¿cómo hicieron ustedes para poder estar a la altura de las exigencias y expectativas de la comunidad de Just Dance?
Pues mira que como nosotros tenemos experiencia haciendo eventos para canales de televisión, para marcas internacionales, entonces tenemos pues la experiencia de poder tener cosas de talla mundial, si se puede decir, donde es más show, ¿sí? Entonces podemos también mezclarlo con los deportes, pues los deportes electrónicos y los deportes tradicionales. Entonces eso hizo que pudiéramos tener un torneo como lo exige la organización.
I asked Adriana how did they stood up on the expectations and the high demands from the professional community, Just Dance community in Colombia, and she answered that since they have experience in organizing other events and they work for a TV channel in Colombia, and they organize other sports events in Colombia. They really focus on giving a great experience to the players. You know, that was their main focus on this event, and at the end, the community they really loved the event. They really respected the organization because it was at the same level as they get when they participate in other Just Dance professional events as well. So it was good for them to focus on the experience of the players. Thank you, Adriana, and I would like to thank all our 4 guest speakers that share all their experience with us, with the community. I would like to mention some key takeaways that we get from this first season of organization of the major tournaments in our countries. What the most exciting for this first season is the blend in digital and physical sports. The players, they have a great experience. They get to try what Phygital is all about, and they really enjoy it. The strong community engagement and social media driven awareness. The biggest challenges, the report accuracy. That's the biggest challenge for all, I think. The multidiscipline event logistics. For example, some events took place in 1 or 2 days, so it was pretty challenging. The financial planning, it was something that it was demanding for everybody, and the venue availability. The strategic insights, the importance of early planning. I think that if we learn from this first season is that we have to plan in advance, like our friends from Phygital Qatar share with us that we really need time in advance to organize our events. For example, more than 1 month, 2 or 3 months will be accurate. Communication with stakeholders and collaboration with influencers to boost event visibility. What's next? We want to strengthen the tournament structures with refined rules and scheduling, expand global partnerships and financial support, enhancing athlete engagement and tournament credibility. You can see here the timetable. We're now in February. We expect in between March and April to have our next workshop presenting the new season, and the application for the new season is going to be in April. The season for 2025-2026 is going to start in July, and it will end in late December. So we have from July to December to organize our season 2, aiming for the Games of the Future 2026 in Kazakhstan. So we have a lot of time in advance to plan a proper tournament structure for the next season. The WPC rankings publication is going to be as usual in February next year. So please take note of this slide, because this is the timetable that we're going to work for the rest of the year and focusing for the next year. Now we're going to move for the Q&A session. Please remember to state your name, the country and the organization that you represent before asking the question, so we can know where this comes from. And please keep the question relevant to today's workshop and all the items that we covered. For any other inquiries, please reach out to our email join@worldphygital.org, so we can answer any other question that you may have. Victoria, if you can help me out if there's any raised hand, because I cannot check it here from my laptop, from my tablet. So if there's any raised hand, if you can help me out, telling me who has a question, or maybe somebody on the chat, please.
Hi, Pablo. Hi, everyone. No, there are no questions for the moment in the chat. If anyone has a question, you can raise your hand, but we are out of time.
Hello.
So.
Hello, I have a question. You can speak. Can you hear me?
Yes, we'll recognize you, Juan. Yes, please.
Juan?
Go ahead.
Okay, Pablo. Greetings, everyone. Greetings from Ecuador. We have a request, please. We have checked the information about digital dancing, but we need more information about this discipline. For example, what is the discipline can we use on the tournaments? For example, in my country, in Ecuador, it's more popular salsa, merengue, bachata. So what is the rhythm we are going to compete in Dubai or Kazakhstan? Thank you.
Let me see if I get it clear. You are asking what game are we using for this season, right? It's
Know what game I speak about reading in physical stage. In physical stage, reading because uh, we had a meeting with provincial association of 40 dancing. So they requested us the written. So we need more guidelines about digital dancing.
Maybe I can explain.
Go ahead, Philip.
Hello, everyone. I am Philip. I think question is about phygital dancing. They ask what they need for phygital dancing. That's really interesting question because that's the easy tournament to organize it. You need one television or LED display, need one Nintendo Switch, and need 4 joystick. And you can organize a tournament really, really easy. And sorry, Just Dance Game 2024. I think that's the games. And really good tournament to organize it. And I think for next season, every federation can do this tournament because only what you need someone who played the Just Dance to come to you and explain you how going the songs and everything. But we have lucky this year because guy from Holland come in Montenegro and we buy PlayStation and everything and he say no, please buy one Nintendo Switch, and with one Nintendo Switch for joystick you can organize it tournament for 62 players for maximum 3-4 hours, and really good tournament and easy to organize it. I think that's the question. How organize a tournament in Phygital Dance?
Thank you, Philip. Juan, I think that it is your question is answered. I think that you are answering about the physical as well. Remember that in Just Dance you play phygital and you play digital and physical in the same video game.
Time, yes.
At the same time, so it's not that you can play bachata or salsa on the physical side. It's just what all the songs are within the game. So you play what the game gives you as concerning as the songs and everything.
Okay, so physical and digital stage are the same.
Yes,
you play with Just Dance.
Okay.
It's not that you play physical apart. You play digital and physical at the same time.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Okay, my friend. Okay.
Really. Okay.
Somebody else has another question, maybe on the chat.
Yep, just answered one regarding the tournament start. I assume we are talking about the qualifying tournament for Games of the Future. The exact date of start is still being determined. It's really a question of securing the best possible venues and their availability. And we regret we don't have that information yet, but we are just as eager to learn that as you are. But please stay tuned for that. There were, I think there were there was a question brought up regarding challenges faced during your tournaments regarding rules and regulations. I would say that the challenges you face were probably quite particular to your circumstances. And when you have questions about interpreting rules and regulations, please write directly to competition@worldphygital.org. And because I think what you need to do is speak with competition directly about the unique circumstances of of how your tournament was unfolding.
Yes.
Any other questions by raise of hand? I don't see anything else in the chat. I know we're over time by 10 minutes, but I really thank you for sticking with us. I'm really impressed with the. Yeah, okay. I just want to say I'm really impressed with the variety of success factors that were talked about today and the variety of challenges that were talked about today. That's exactly what I hoped we would get out of this particular workshop. Pablo, anything you want to say in closing before I wrap up?
Nothing more than just thank you everybody for being part of this workshop. Thank you, Dale, thank you, Victoria, and all the team. And see you around. We're gonna work for to get another workshop with some key information for all the community in the coming days. Thank you, Dan.
As we move forward, keep in mind that the timely and accurate reporting of your tournament results remains essential to securing your standing for future events. And please stay proactive and engaged with us to ensure smooth operations and continued success. If you stay engaged with us, I promise you, we will make sure that everyone else's success and challenges will be shared with you. Let us be that mediator and let us be the ones that can help with transferring that knowledge to you. In terms of this exercise of presenting case study, I will tell you that career success, a successful career can be totally based on your ability to first just do it, just do the thing, and doing the tournament at all is better than attempting it perfectly, right? Your ability to do the thing and then analyze its success factors and its challenges, and just in general process that as a case study that you can share with others. You can create a great career at this by paying attention to that. There's room for everybody, and you are already a fantastic basis and a fantastic core for a brand new movement that will grow, and with you guys at the core and as pioneers in this. Thank you for joining us in this effort. That's it. Look forward to seeing you again for workshop 11. I'm not sure if we've decided the date, but of course we seem to be on pace for doing this once every 4 weeks or so. It's been great to see you. Thank you again to the 4 presenters, Pablo and Vika, and everyone else that's helped organize this. I thank you. Have a great day, morning or afternoon, or good night.
Thank you so much, everyone, and Dan, thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank
Bye,
you. Have a nice
everybody.
weekend.
Hello.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Have a beautiful day.